I'm Darren Karp, and with me now is World of Dance's superstar. We got Erica Klein on the line. How are you, Erica?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see your face. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. So where are you calling in from, and how are you handling 2020 so far?
Well, I am calling in from my hometown, my parents' house in Monterey, California, which is about 6 hours away from LA, where I usually live and exist. I've been here since March, since everything started getting insane. And, we're just taking it one day at a time. It's not necessarily the year I expected.
You and your parents are getting along, or are you grounding them for some bad behavior?
We are getting along for now.
Good. Well, I'm curious, have you been able to practice dance while you're in quarantine at all? I mean, I'm sure you've had to get creative, with your practice spots in the house with your parents.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. When I was in high school, my parents put in mirrors in our living room. And so so that was how I was always practicing, for my competitions and as I was growing up. So it's been really awesome to come home because, I do have this whole studio space to use. And of course, I really, really miss dancing with my friends. But at the same time, it's been actually really cool to just get to really train every day, all day, and just hone in on my craft by myself. And I'm super grateful that I have the space to do it.
Wow, that's so lucky. I actually want to jump right into the world of dance. The reason you're here, because you had actually been on World of Dance previously without Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel more pressure coming back a second time, or do you think you felt more prepared and comfortable because you had kind of already been through it before?
Yeah, I would say both. I mean, I definitely felt more pressure, and I think it's so funny. You can totally see it on my face on our first round. The relief was so there when we made it through, due to how everything went down last year. But yeah, at the same time, I felt like I could give a lot of knowledge, especially to Josh, who was just coming on for the first time, be like, okay, so this is how this goes down, and I remember this from last year. So I would definitely say both.
Well, what I love about you and Josh is you're not only partners, you're also dating. So how did you two meet, and how does your relationship sort of affect your dancing? Is it kind of like you try and separate work and pleasure?
Yeah, well, we totally met because of work. Both being on social media, I'd been following him for so many years prior to actually meeting him in real life. And we really connected when he hired me for a music video, and we got to dance like this duet together. So I would say work and our relationship have always really been tied in together. But of course, competing together on a show just takes that to a whole new level. It's just everything about your relationship, and your dance choreography work relationship is amplified and really tested in ways too.
Well, who do you say wears the pants, or I guess like dance shoes in the relationship? Is it you? I just got to know.
I think it's Josh. I think I defer to his, he's been in the game for a long time. He's so good at what he does. And especially in the style that we were competing. I mean, even the judges kind of called us on this because he's so much more hip hop based and I'm more contemporary based. Where we cross over is maybe a little bit more in his realm. He's really good at this. Let's trust his judgment.
Well, you need to have strong communication in both work and play. So I'm sure you guys are knocking it out of the park there. But, speaking of judges, J-Lo and Derek gave you and Josh a yes all back going into duels. Were you focused more on impressing Neo like the most, or were you really making it even for the rest of the judges?
I think I was trying to focus more on the positive. I mean, I think Neo wasn't really a fan of my dancing last season either. So I think going into it, I knew I was like, okay, so Neo is not necessarily my biggest fan, and that's okay. I have like a lot of respect for Derek. I love Derek, and I like follow him on social media, and I really like his work and who he is as a person. So I was really pumped about just showing him what I got. And same with J-Lo as well. So I think I was trying not to focus on the potentially the person that I think would potentially be the most problematic. And I was just like, yay, J-Lo and Neo are here, or J-Lo and Derek are here. I'm excited.
Well, you and Josh made it through to the qualifiers first round and then right to the duels. How did you prepare yourself for the duels? What kind of, mindset do you have to be in for that?
Oh, the duels is I think it's the hardest round. I mean, it's a 50% cut, it's like you're battling one person. So, and it's just, you can't really prepare for it because you don't know who you're battling, which is a change this year. So it would just be, it would be so different if you could really know, are you battling someone in your style? Are you battling a group? Like those, that knowledge would really help us a lot kind of prepare and know like what strengths we need to pull out and how we need to compensate. So without that knowledge, it's just, you really got to go into it being like, we're just going to do what we do and do it as best as we can. And there's nothing else that you can really do without
all other things being equal and you having your way, is there anyone you'd really want to go up against in the duels? And is there anyone you definitely don't want to go up against in the duels?
Yes. I think it's always hard to go up against a group because, with 20 people, of course, there's more energy. So a group would always be difficult. I think me and Josh and I, we're storytellers. We like movements, and then a lot of people on World of Dance have these incredible athletic tricks, and those are hard acts to compare. When you have someone whose talents are physicality versus movement and storytelling, it's just apples to oranges. So that's another pairing that is difficult that I wouldn't really love. But ultimately I wouldn't want to go against anyone. I think that I hate competing like in that direct way.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully things are going to go your way. Before I let you go though, I have to ask you, what would winning World of Dance mean to you?
That's a really loaded question.
No.
I mean, I'm really just so happy for dance as an art form that it's getting to these larger platforms. Like the fact that these TV shows have really elevated dance to be a mainstream art form with normal people is so awesome. So to me, like these TV shows are the representation of how dance is becoming, similarly popular, and maybe we're one day going to be up there with like how mainstream music is. So to win a show like that would just feel like we're maybe a part of that process and that journey. So that would probably be a pretty cool thing.
Absolutely. Well, spread in the world of dance in your parents' living room. I love it. Erica, thank you so much for being here today. I can't wait to see more of you and Josh.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. People, don't forget, you can watch new episodes of World of Dance Tuesdays at 10, 9 Central on NBC, and you get to see Erica in all of her glory.